handlers, that's right, Mike, they won't allow him to, right? And I don't know. This is just speculation. I don't know if some of them same people got their hooks in LeBron.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're like, man, we ain't ready for you to retire yet.
Yeah.
We're not ready for you to retire yet. Like you can't. Still, man, you know they say, man, the economic impact he's gonna have on Philadelphia, man. The jersey sales, they say the restaurants, the hotels. I mean, just they say it's crazy, right? He's not the only one benefiting from things like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're not the only one that's benefiting from things like that. And the minimum deal. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
No. I just wanted to say that LeBron James is, like you said, no matter where he'd have win at, he'd have been like a cash infusion into that local economy. You know what I mean? Philly is going to get these games. You know what I mean? They're going to have more national exposure. So that's
merchandising. Don't forget that merchandising.
And if you think about it, and then on top of that, they lowballed him. So he got $8 million, 2 years, $8 million, right? They gonna make so much. They gonna make hundreds of millions of dollars off of him if they keep him for 2 years. And you know what I mean? So they couldn't wait. These teams could not wait to get their hooks into LeBron James for this kind of money. LA set them loose. They was like, we're not gonna give you 50, and we're gonna send you somewhere where they're gonna give you, you know what I mean? Everybody was lowballing. Remember, off the bat, Cleveland said we only got $3 million left on our payroll. So once I heard that, I was like, oh, that's the play. They're gonna lowball LeBron James.
Right.
And capitalize on it. So
and he said he's been, you know what I mean, he's been on public record to say how much he I know revere is like a strong term, but how much he looks up to Jay-Z. And I just look at Jay-Z history. Like I said, Jay-Z been retiring for 60 years now. What makes this dude, he's 60 years old or damn near, come back and give us a concert, you know what I mean, cut his hair, you know what I'm saying? He go back to the Yankee cap and things like that. Who's making him do that? Because a billionaire can say, man, I ain't doing no show. All my touring days are up. All my shows are up. You know what I mean? You should be able to have that type of say if you're a billionaire.
That's why I try to tell people, and people say, well, they billionaires. I was like, well, there's no such thing as FU money. You know what I mean? Like, well, I got this amount of money because these your handlers got so much leverage and control over you that. Remember what Kanye said, something that pissed off a certain community, and before he said what he said, he was, they had him up at $1 billion. He was at the billionaire status. Then he pissed off a certain community. Next day, he not a billionaire.
Yeah. The next 20 minutes, he ain't a billionaire no more. What the hell happened in 20 minutes?
Well,
what the hell happened in 20 minutes?
But his deals, the deals he had, it was pretty much like if you put everything together, what it was worth.
Right.
That didn't mean he had it. It was what it was worth. So then after he said something,
liquid. Yeah, we're not saying it was liquid.
Yeah. So after he said something about them Jews, people got out of business with him, and he lost some of those deals. Yeah,
but that goes to my thing is, like, when somebody else can determine your worth, then somebody else they can take away your worth. You know what I mean? Like, if I got $12 in my pocket and I say something that offend you, I still got $12 in my pocket.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
and right behind that, Mike, they said Puffy is a billionaire now. Soon as they took Kanye off the list, they inserted Puffy. So I'm like, what? Puffy wasn't a billionaire yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's fugazi, man, all the way around, man. That's fugazi.
A lot of it is, but also a lot of it is the fans, people that buy Kanye stuff really determine his worth. Now, he might not be worth $1 billion, but he's still worth something because he's got a lot of fans that buy stuff from him.
He's selling out venues overseas, man.
Yeah, people determine that. Yeah,
man, 100,000 people coming, man.
Yeah. That's another thing, right? All right, so and I spoke to Tunk about this a few minutes ago. That's why I don't see why in this modern day of social media and stuff like that, why any professional athlete or entertainer would turn their back, would choose corporate over their fan base, because that's where your power and your leverage is in your fan base. When you start doing business with corporations and you say, the hell with my fan base, you know, and you start becoming somebody that's more polarizing just to please the corporations, you alienate yourself from your fan base. And then once the corporate side of it gets tired of you, you can't go back to the fan base because, you know what I mean, you done pissed them, you done burnt that bridge.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that Stephen A.
Exactly. And that's what
we talking about that, Clayton.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard this before you chimed in, but yeah, we talking about that Stephen A. apology to Kyrie. We were talking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about it? What about it?
Stephen A. Y'all remember? You remember when the whole COVID thing was going on?
Yeah, I heard his apology too. I heard that. So, what was y'all saying about it?
Well, I'm just trying to give some.
No, please. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I just want to set the stage for people that's, you know what I mean? They want to know what we talking about, you know. Yeah. So Stephen A. comes back and he gives an apology for the things that he said about Kyrie Irving. He said that Kyrie Irving, you know, was selfish at the time and he didn't show leadership, right? When I think that Stephen A.'s apology, in my opinion, it points to the fact that he didn't show leadership and bravery because he stood up and fought for somebody else's cause. You know what I mean? Kyrie was voicing his own opinion. This is how I feel. Stephen A. was going with the status quo and try to throw this guy under the bus, right? And try to basically put his career and his livelihood, Kyrie's career and his livelihood, at risk based on what somebody else's opinion was, right?
Oh, he called for his career. He called for him to get kicked out of the NBA and contract nullified and all that, man. Yeah, he called for all that. Yeah.
Right. And so my thing is, what I'm thinking is, and I don't want to, you know, and Tunk kind of, he might be kind of agreeing with this, is that maybe it's something else coming down the pike that Stephen A. Smith may see, whereas though he had to, you know what I mean? He had to kind of soften that blow and lean back. What was your take on it, Tom?
That's exactly what I think, Clayton. I think he's looking for a soft landing spot, man. I think he see the writing on the wall with ESPN and Pat McAfee. He's the one that's really drawing power over there as far as the talk show, the daytime sports show. You know what I'm saying? He bring a lot of fans with him, and he has a lot of power over there. Now, Stephen A. still might be the loudest one in the room, but he don't wield that type of power that he had. And I think the Kyrie thing, Jaylen Brown thing, and a whole host of other, Kevin Durant, pick your poison. I think it alienated a lot of athletes and a lot of fans, you know what I mean, with a lot of his takes. They became personal, you know what I mean? They didn't just criticize guys and critique guys' play on the court. They became personal and things like that. So now I think he sees the writing on the wall with ESPN that he might be falling out of favor a little bit. They might not value him today as they did yesterday. So he might be looking for a soft landing spot. And this might be the first step at him trying to soften that blow, like Mike just said. You know what I'm saying? What you think, though, Clay? What you think?
Well, I just think right now it's cool for him to do it because Dr. Fauci is at Congress right now getting dragged, you know, so many troops are coming out behind these vaccine mandates and people are getting injured. This been going on since the vaccine's been available. You know, they've been covering up a lot of stuff.
That way. Yeah, right.
So I just think back then he was forced to condemn Kyrie, and a lot of other celebrities was also being paid to promote this whole vaccine mandate and all this COVID thing. It was a lot of celebrities in bed with World Health Organization and these vaccine. There's a lot of celebrities involved. So I think back then he was forced to do it, and he did. He went hard on Kyrie. He didn't go as hard on Aaron Rodgers, but he went hard on Aaron Rodgers. I forget the word Aaron Rodgers used, but he didn't say he got vaccinated. He got immunized or something.
Yeah, immunized. Yeah.
Immunized or something. So, you know, I think he was forced to do that. Now, my only thing right now with him is that it's cool to do it. But also, to me, he's apologizing. he need to add more people to the apology. He need to add the American people to his apology, because he was also somebody out promoting to the American people that they need to go get these vaccines. Everything that the government was saying, he was promoting it. So to me, he owed an apology to those millions of people that watch TV that may have went, all them celebrities that went and got vaccinated and stuff. Now, it didn't hurt everybody, but it hurted a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people suffered behind that stuff. And I think he owed an apology to the American people, period.
You know what, Clayton? I didn't draw that comparison, but I didn't put the 2 and 2 together, but you're right. Since Fauci now is being called to the carpet now, things are coming out. Now he said, all right, like you say, this is the perfect time for me to get out in front. I never looked at it that way, man. That's a good catch. That's a good catch. I never even tied the two together. Yeah, that's a good catch. That's a good catch.
What's up, Smart Media? What's going on, Retro?
Hey, Retro.
What's happening?
That is a good point. Yeah, because when
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this though. Like ESPN, that's a sports show, right? So why would he be on a sports show? You know what I mean? And he's a journalist, and he speak to, like he just called out he called out Cam Newton for not pushing back on Jason Whitlock, some of Jason Whitlock's statements about him, right? He said, you just can't let somebody sit on your show and spew their opinion without pushing back, or at least investigating to see if there is some legitimacy to what they're saying, right? So the same thing should go for him. Why would he promote a narrative? He's a journalist. Why are you promoting a narrative on a sports show at that? And then you throwing somebody like Kyrie under the bus.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mike. And then first of all, Cam Newton, a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to hold water for you, Stephen A. You know what I'm saying? I have my own platform, and if someone asks somebody to come on here and I want to know what his thoughts is about a particular subject, I'm gonna let him answer a question. I'm gonna let him, speak his point of view. I'm not here to, gatekeep you or your feelings or anything like that. I'm a grown-ass man, and I don't need that. I don't need your permission. Now, even if you disagree with what he said, take that up with him. You know what I'm saying? Take that up with him. But like you say, Stephen A. do the same thing. Same thing. And that was told. And the thing about journalism, Mike, I don't even look at these guys now as journalists no more, man. It's one more thing I want to get into. It's on the football side of it as well. But what the thing is, you threaten somebody with doing your job. If you're a journalist, the same thing he came up with Kevin Durant years ago. Oh man, you don't want me to tell the things I know about you. You don't want you. Tell it. You're a journalist. That's your job to tell it. Tell it. You don't threaten. They don't threaten me with doing your job. You know, man, that's ridiculous, man. Go ahead and tell it. But I pivot just a little to the Kyle Shanahan situation, the car accident that he had, that they kept everything under wraps for 11 days. They kept everything under wraps for. Let's do that. 4 stitches, man. They say he could have lost his eye, all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? But no details of the accident. They didn't even say how serious it was or whatever. They ain't come out for 11 days, man. So, you know what I mean? I don't even call these guys journalists because Chris Sims supposedly knew about it. He ain't even say nothing. Yeah, so your integrity is in question if you do things like that, man.
We living in the age of awareness. Everything is coming to the light. We're seeing what everything is. This stuff been going on for years with the Adam Scheffners and all these people that report stuff. They ain't nothing but hired hands. And all this stuff gets leaked on purpose based on how they strategically trying to move the audience and stuff like that. And all we're doing, we're witnessing all this stuff start to come to the surface.
Exactly. So that goes into what Smart Media just said, right? And he said Stephen Smith is a grifter. He just propagates narratives for the highest bidder, right? And so that's true. But with Stephen A. Smith, he just allowed his and I said this some weeks ago. He just allowed ESPN to play him out of position and burn that bridge with the public, because that's where, you know, all right, so Stephen A. Smith is allowed to give his personal opinion. He's allowed to be somebody who is very controversial, right? That's not so much a reflection of ESPN, because they have other people on there who are not controversial and other people who come up with, you know, who give up some legitimately good information. So they could separate ties from Stephen A. Smith and keep right on going, whereas those Stephen A. Smith has already just ruined his reputation.
Who made that comment? Smart Media?
Yeah.
I would just add on Smart Media. It's not necessarily Stephen A. taking the highest bid. It's ESPN. ESPN is already paying Stephen.
Yeah, that's why I said they allowed him to be somebody who is controversial.
Right.
You know, that's just like, you know, like I said, well, what's the guy named Pat McAfee was allowed to get the interview with LeBron James, and here you are, Stephen A. Smith. You've been on network for years, and you can't sit down with LeBron James. You know, and you are the face of the network. You the face of the network. You know, I mean, give me that. You know what I mean?
But that was personal. That was personal beef.
Well,
that's why.
Either way, can you imagine? So Retro brings up Howard Cosell. Can you imagine Howard Cosell not getting a Muhammad Ali interview?
Right.
Well, you know what I mean?
Him and Ali had a great relationship.
That though, Clayton. I think when LeBron didn't have the interview with Stephen A. and chose to have it with Pat McAfee, I think that sentiment was shared with a lot of stars across the NFL and the NBA. I don't think it was personal with LeBron and Stephen A., but I think it's a lot of players who feel the same way that LeBron felt like, man, I'm not sitting down talking to this guy. I just don't think it was just like an isolated incident.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't know. Like I said to you, Tunk, this week, I mean, Magic Johnson go on his show, and it's a lot of high-profile people sit down with him because it's visibility. It ain't even about Stephen A. as much as it is the audience, you know? So sometimes you get in bed with the devil because you're trying to promote something or you're doing something. So, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. And then Pat McAfee, believe it or not, he's controversial to some degree because he had a beef with ESPN. He called the executives out on his show. Because he's got a lot of power, huh?
That's what I'm about to say. That's what I'm about to say, Clay. That's showing you what type of power he wields over. You know what I'm saying? That shows you exactly what type of power.
Yeah, because he got his own show. He owned that show. Yeah.
So all right. Let's all right. So Stephen A. Smith, when Ryan Clark get fired, Stephen A. Smith can't do nothing about it. All he could do is say, "I'm upset. I'm upset with the higher ups." Now, then on the other hand, you got you got Pat McAfee. You know, and he comes on and he say what he want to say no matter what. You know what I mean? So, and I think Stephen A. Smith is jealous of that dynamic because he boasts like he had that type of say so and that type of control, but he don't. Whereas though this other guy exercises the say so and the control that he had.
I think it's a sobering reminder that Stephen A. is not, you know what I'm saying, that heavyweight over at ESPN that he once was.
And we got to remember something. First Take is not Stephen A.'s show. First Take got created by ESPN. First, it was Skip. Skip created that whole lane. And he asked them to bring Stephen A. on because at first, Skip would debate different people every morning. There used to be cold pizza. And then that transitioned into First Take. So First Take is not Stephen's to make any kind of say over, except they allow him to executive produce and bring certain talent on. But once they're ready to get rid of that talent, he can't stop them at all. No. It's not his, you know. Right. And we got to keep in mind, though, Stephen A. got Stephen A. Smith show on YouTube. Now, that's his. And he does have over 1 million subscribers. There's a lot of people that come on that show and talk to him.
Is that the Mad Dog Sports channel?
No, that's Sirius XM. That's radio. And that's another thing. Mad Dog didn't hide Stephen A.
Yeah, it's one thing I be listening to on the radio that he be on.
He's got his own podcast, the Stephen A. Show. He's got Straight Shooter Media and all this nonsense. He do have well over 1 million subscribers.
So what is your take? No pun intended, Clayton. What is your whole take on Stephen A. right now? As you know, what I mean, do Do you think he still holds power in ESPN? I mean,
I never thought he held any power. I just thought he was a paid character. And they pay him a lot of money to do that song and dance, and he does it. I never thought he had power ever. Yeah. Even when he boasts about it, I never thought he did.
Right. Yeah. And I think most people feel the same way you feel, Clayton. Like, I don't think people felt like Stephen A. Smith because people see through it. You know what I mean? Now, because of social media, it comes to the top and people are allowed to express themselves. But yeah, I don't think people was buying into that.
Yeah. Yep. So, you know, he got a lane. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this, he used ESPN well. He saw the writing on the wall. He saw what Pat McAfee did on YouTube. He see what Shannon doing on YouTube. So he went and created his own, you know, so, you know, yeah.
He could have been out in front of that before those guys as well. He could have been out in front of those guys, but I think he put all his chips in that ESPN basket. He put all those eggs in that one basket, and I think he's starting to wake up. You know what I mean? Have an epiphany, if you will. I think he's starting to see, man, maybe I should explore on different avenues. You know what I'm saying? To create something for myself instead of just being tied to ESPN exclusively. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I don't believe First Take is gonna last throughout this contract that he on now.
Wait a minute, say that again, Clayton.
I don't believe First Take is going to last throughout this 5-year contract that he got now.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
You think the show itself is going to go away?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's dwindling in popularity. Not unless they try to do something like bring Skip back or bring Shannon back to try to give it a boost.
It definitely is. That's why you see all these people on in and out. You see, you know what I mean? You see all these different people on and out, and then you haven't really seen Stephen A. in studio like that. Normally he's picked up. He's somewhere else, you know what I mean? They zoom him in, you know what I mean? So yeah, he's not in studio as much. You have it all. They changing hosts. They got that new chick on there, the Molly, you know what I mean, left, and getting, you know what I mean, different people in and out. Yeah.
I'd be surprised if 4 years from now that's still on TV.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all what y'all think about what Smart Media just said, right? So Smart Media just said Steven has folks moved on and off the show. That isn't power. He is completely dictating the direction of the show. Yeah.
Say that again.
Stephen A. Let me see. Stephen A. has folks moved on and off the show. That isn't power. With question mark. He is completely dictating the direction of the show.
Well, that's what I said. I said they give him the power to executive produce the show, to bring different talent on and off. He has that. I'm just saying he don't own the show. And when they ready to get rid of a talent, even if they're a First Take contributor like Ryan Clark was, he can't stop it. That's all. Yeah. But he's right. He does have some power. He does.
And I'm saying that they're giving him power to hang himself. I mean, you know, you let him get rid of Max Kellerman. You have him get rid of, you know, don't have no say. Like you say, Ryan Clark move on, Cam Newton moved on. So, I mean, he has power to do what? I mean, he has power what they talk about. You know what I'm saying? What the subject matter is going to be.
Everything. Well, that Max Kellerman move, that proved to be good for him because he got rid of Max. He brought on Shannon and the ratings went crazy. So that wound up being good for the show, you know. As much as I don't like how he did Max dirty, that wound up being a good thing. He would have Michael Irving on, you know. He brought these different personalities on, and Michael Irving, however way you feel about him, he's very entertaining. He's good television. You know what I'm saying? He's good television. Shannon Sharp, however way you feel about him, he's good television. You know, so.
I think to respond to Smart Media, I just think that his power is given to him, meaning it could be taken away, and then on top of that, it's limited. So yeah, he do have power. But before we go, and what do y'all and see? I didn't what do y'all retro want to know? What do y'all think about Dion showing up to the Browns camp?
Knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Knew it was coming. It's a lot of buzz coming out of Cleveland camp. They acting like Shador is really gaining on the starting job. He's doing so well. I mean, I knew Dion was going to show up. You know, it don't surprise me.
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
All right. If he start making it like a main thing, like he's there all the time, more and more, yeah, probably wouldn't like that. But him showing up, man, to support.
Yeah, he's supporting his son. Yeah. I think he really need to concentrate on Colorado, though. He really need to, because I don't know how good that team going to be at all. Right. I don't.
Yeah. That's what I think he should be more so focused on that college team recruiting and getting better.
Yeah, but I mean, to support his son, that's cool.
If he was there like a one-time thing, he come and show support and whatever. I don't think that's a bad thing. Everybody be at them camps, man. You be having dudes show up, man. They be having, you know what I'm saying, they little entourage. They got their baby mothers there and stuff like that. So it's more of a relaxed type atmosphere. So,
but I do remember Dion saying he wanted to have a conversation with Todd Monken. Now, if he go to camp and stuff like that, but now he's trying to have some type of influence over what's happening there.
See, that's what I don't like. See,
that's a little dicey. Yeah.
Right. I don't like that.
Yeah. And so I think
the coach and all that.
I think like what Retro just said, you know, if it becomes a distraction, him being there, then that kind of puts his son's job in jeopardy. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, look, man, if you're gonna be here all the time, and even if your son stand a good chance of starting, that kind of, you know, that kind of throw it kind of mess up the chemistry there. But I don't want people to think, you know, you coaching it. I got the coaching job, and I don't want people to think that, you know,
you influencing me. Yeah.
I call a play, and then Dion run on the field, be like, don't do that. You know what I mean? I'll be like, no, man.
Retro is in Ohio, right?
Yeah, I think
what's
so.
She saying? What's she saying about reports there locally? Like, what's being talked about? You know, I'm just curious if she can answer that at some point. Yeah.
But you know what? That's a good thing, because what we hear from ESPN, Fox Sports, stuff like that is different.
Yeah.
Than what you hear, like on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Coming out locally. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So she is in so it's kind of 50-50, she said, with I guess with Shador and stuff like that. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's I don't know. I think that like I said, I don't have a problem with it as long as he is not a distraction. But him being there, it seems like it's a distraction just because you have so many people talking about it.
That's what it's going to be. Yep, that's what it's going to be. That's exactly. I know one thing. Cleveland got a good linebacker in that Myles Garrett trade. They still going to be good defensively.
Yeah,
they are. Yeah, they got that boy from where he come from, the Rams. Sean McVay and them was high on that guy, and he was good. Yeah, he was good. Yep. Yeah. Y'all know Aaron Donald getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
Getting closer and closer.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I was sweetening the deal for Aaron Donald so much, man. I was sweetening the deal for him, man. Just, you know what I mean? If he could help the team in any way, man, I was sweetening the deal to get him to come back. You know,
Sean McVay didn't rule it out. He said, we hoping he do come back. Once the coach start talking like that shit is on the horizon.
Yeah. Know what I'm worried? I don't want to speak it into existence. I don't want him to come back. And since he been civilized, because he hasn't played, so he's been civilized a little bit, he come back and get some type of injury or something. You know what I mean? Because he's been still, he was as callous as he was. At one time. So I hope that doesn't happen. But
they did say since he retired, he still works out every day as if he's playing. So they say he's still in great shape. So I don't know, but I hear you.
No, I believe that. I believe that.
Crazy.
Oh, smart media say he 3 miles from the Browns camp facility, training camp facility. You know, he said he see them filming you know, the camps and stuff like that, right? So that's pretty cool. He right on, he on the ground too.
How about he right there? He right there. Yeah. You take a little bike ride, he there. You take a little bike ride, he there.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool, man. So so Tom, what's the deal? They say Clay might be signing with the Heat.
Yeah, I heard that they was in talk, supposedly trying to make a trade for him or something to that. Because I don't think Clay a free agent. I think they trying to trade for him and stuff. But Miami needs shooters. Man, Clay was talking about that. You need somebody to open that floor up to give Giannis space to operate. You know what I'm saying? Bam too, but more so for Giannis. You need to get him where he got some space where they can't just sit in his lap and stuff like that. So I don't think that'll be a bad move. I don't know how much Clay still has in the tank, but I think Clay can hit an open jump shot. You're not expecting too much from Clay. You know what I mean? Not the splash brothers, Clay, but just to hit an open shot when he touch it. I don't think that's asking too much.
How much gas y'all think though that Clay got in the tank though?
A season, maybe 2, but a season, not much. I don't think he had much because he like in his upper 30s now. He's like maybe 36, 37.
Oh yeah, because I know that's around the same age that Steph is, right?
Yeah, 37. Somewhere like that, you know.
And they won't need much from him.
That's what I'm saying, Clay.
Yeah, he's gonna get a lot of open looks.
Yeah.
And that jump shot, that shot be the last thing to go.
Right. That's right. That's right. Then you still got Andrew Wiggins down there, so he's still you're gonna rely on him, you know what I mean, to strap up on the perimeter more so than Clay. Clay, that's something he definitely can't do anymore. You know, his lateral movement, things like that, since that knee injury. He don't have that anymore, but I think he definitely can hit an open jump shot, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, and then Steph Curry, should he resign?
That's the question, man. And I want y'all take on this, man. If you Steph in the situation that you're looking at that's coming up with Golden State, like Clayton just said, on the horizon, so to speak. They signed Draymond to a 1 year, $27 million. I don't think the money necessarily means anything now, but they signed him to a 1 year. Steph got 1 more year left on his deal. Then, you know what I'm saying? But he can sign a 2-year extension, right? If you Steph, would you sign it? You basically, if you do sign it, you're basically saying I'm not going to win again. You know what I'm saying? You basically saying, because Draymond probably going to be out of there after this year. So that means you're going to be 2 years. If you sign a 2-year extension, you're going to be 2 years. Draymond going to be gone. Clay been gone. Older Jimmy Butler, another year. Jimmy Butler, they say he might not be coming back this season until January or February.
So they definitely in rebuilding mode no matter what Steph do.
That's my whole point, Mike. So, do you want to be there for that, or
if you Steph, do you want to go to Philly with LeBron?
No. Do you want to go to San Antonio with Wemby? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you want to go there with Wemby? Do you want to go? What's another team they threw out there? Would you go to Miami with Giannis?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, you know. I don't know, man. But what you think? Yeah.
Like those young teams, like if Steph was to leave Golden State, I think like OKC and I think teams like I think they off the table. I mean, I don't think they want the old veteran dudes because you know what I mean? Like Steph, and it's not even on purpose, but he'll just demand so much. He might mess up the chemistry with those young guys. So I don't think OKC, I don't think the Spurs will bring them in. I think Miami, you know what I mean, and if he might even go to Philly with LeBron.
Yeah.
You know,
but you go to Charlotte, finish it, go back home, man. Clayton spoke on it. Like you go to Charlotte, you know, just to play at home. You know, your father, his number up in the Raptors retired. You know what I'm saying? Would you go back there for a year or two to finish out? You know what I'm saying? Your career. I don't know, man. I really don't know
If I'm Steph, I don't sign an extension because I'm not sure if I'm gonna retire. Like this, you know what I'm saying? He's close to that retirement time. So now if I lock myself in for 2 more years, that's not fair to the team. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't necessarily sign an extension, but I don't believe he'll play in another uniform at all.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
I don't know. Yeah, I kind of lean towards what you're saying.
I don't. He's
Yeah.
got 4 titles. He's the favorite son. And I just think out of respect to the organization and how well that city treated him, how much love he got there, I don't think he goes anywhere else. I think he just finishes his career out in Golden State and ride off in the Suns. I don't believe that. And I could be wrong, you know, but I just don't believe he goes somewhere else.
To me, that makes the most sense, though. You know what I mean? Like when you think about he got everything, you know.
He don't have nothing to prove. He don't have nothing else to prove.
If he goes and play with Giannis, or he go and play with LeBron or Wemby or Shea, people gonna criticize for that. And he, to a point in his career, like you said, Clay, he got everything, all the accolades, the championships and stuff like that. So he don't really need the criticism or the critique. He don't need to chase rings or anything like that. So
he does have 4 titles, right?
Yeah.
Does he? Okay, yeah. I don't think he resigned unless just because the thought of retirement. That's the only reason.
No, so you saying he don't resign? So you think he retires after the season? Is that what you're saying?
No, but he might not want to sign 2 years. So I would take a year at a time. You know what I'm saying? I would take it year by year.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So
I'm not saying he's going to retire. I'm just saying I would take it year by year at this point.
and think about it.
Yeah.
If he signed, and another reason I don't think he'll go somewhere else because he's close to retirement, and then they're gonna want to do the retirement tour and all that stuff right there. That's gonna be. So he really stand. You know what I mean? He could. You know what I mean? You can cut him in on that as far as like being able to capitalize financially on that situation. Because you know that is it's big money in that retirement tour for somebody like him.
He strikes me as the type that would want Golden State to benefit off that tour more than any other organization. He just strikes me as the type, but I don't know him, you know. But yeah.
You don't think the possibility of him finishing his career with more titles than LeBron? You don't think that would entice him to maybe go to a Denver, go to, like I said, a San Antonio, go to a Miami? You know what I'm saying? You don't think like, well, you know, that might pique him, that might interest him, that might drive him, that might, you know what I'm saying?
It might, but for some reason, I don't think he's driven by necessarily trying to have more championships than LeBron. Like, I don't necessarily think he looks at LeBron in that light per se, but he may. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Now, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's not like it was LeBron versus Steph. Even though they met in the finals and stuff, it never felt like that to me. You know, it just felt like, you know, Steph was on a great team. They was winning titles. But, you know, it's not like if it was like Kobe and Bron. Then I would see where that might come into play. You know, if Kobe was still in the league. But I don't see it like that with Steph. But like I said, I could be wrong. He could be sitting there watching LeBron's rings. He might want to retire with more. I just don't feel that coming off him though. But you know,
I think because his legacy is cemented. That I don't think he would have to compete with LeBron. What you think, Tom? You think he feel like that could be a possibility?
No, I don't. I don't think that's right. I'm with Clayton on it. I don't think he looks at it like I gotta outdo LeBron. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he was something like that. But unlike y'all, I could see him playing somewhere else. I could see him playing somewhere else. Even if it's just for a season. I could see him playing somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if he goes somewhere, it'll probably have to be somewhere where they have at least an outside shot of winning a ring.
I agree, and I think because I think that organization, you know, respects him more than anybody, and I think they would ask him like, man, you know, do you want to be a part of this rebuilding thing? You know what I'm saying? Because if not, we'll try to send you somewhere where you want to go. You know what I mean? We'll try to get you there. Do you have any teams that you wouldn't mind or you would like to play for? You know, and I think Golden State would try to do everything in their power to get him there.
What if he go up? What if they like try to phase him into a coaching type position?
It might.
Y'all, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you know what? And I was about to say that. I don't know how many years Steve Kerr got left on his deal either, right? So
yeah.
I know they was talking about he might have been out before last season. He might not have came back. So I don't know if he got a new deal for, you know what I mean, or how many years he got on his deal. I don't know. But I know they was talking about Steve Kerr was going to be gone, you know what I'm saying, before this last season. Hey, Mike, me and Clayton, man, Clayton, you know, he our researcher, man, and developer on the podcast, right? Clayton looked up, man, because I told Clayton, I don't know if you knew this, right? I just learned this, Mike. They say Steph has missed the playoffs 40% of his time in the league. He's missed the playoffs. I couldn't believe that, but Clayton,
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Clayton looked it up and it was true.
Yeah.
Clayton looked it up and it was true.
I couldn't believe it either.
He missed the playoffs 40% of the time.
Yeah.
Missed the playoffs. What he was
60% of his career he was in the playoffs. 40% of it he wasn't.
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
But I don't think that's a bad stat though.
No.
Yeah. Because
I ain't saying good or bad. It's just
it was surprising.
Right.
Because he just seemed like a staple of always being in the postseason.
And on the team, like we just said, the team, you know, is a well-run organization and things like that. So you figure, no, man, they always in the mix, but they weren't. They weren't.
I mean,
and if we speaking on him, if he does play for another team, he want a shot to win. Wouldn't that kind of rule out Charlotte?
Yep.
Yeah.
It would.
That'll rule out a lot of teams. That's why I say that the teams that already have their rosters and that on the brink of going, you know what I mean, that's in the thick of things. I don't think they want to bring Steph in. That's why I think he probably stay there. You know, and you know, because you don't want to go to Charlotte. You know,
and the thing about it, you know, I mentioned San Antonio. They would love to have him, but they don't want to give up nobody for him. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, no, we like our young guys now. If you want to add Steph, cool, we'll take them, but we don't want to give up. We don't want to give up our young guys. So
is this upcoming season his last on the contract?
Right. I think this.
All right. So I will say this: as the season go, pay close attention to the NBA trade deadline, because if Golden State ain't in the mix, he might get moved.
That's why I was saying Draymond. See, they give him that 1-year deal, but I think they might try to move Draymond, like you say, by the trade deadline. Somebody they try to move off Draymond, even if they put some future picks, some young players. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But so I would just keep that in mind. And I'm just guessing about Steph. He might have another year after this one, but I'm thinking it's the last year of it. But I ain't 100% sure.
I think it is though.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of think that he probably gonna stay there. Yeah. We're gonna go out like what Tim Duncan did. You know what I mean? Just you know what I mean? They just part of that organization.
Yep.
I got a question. I don't want to. You know what I mean, do any of you two think Tim Duncan overrated?
No, I mean I don't think he overrated.
What you think, Clay? You think he overrated?
No, I don't think he overrated.
If someone says he's
it depends on. So what is his rating?
The best
because it's subjective based on who's rating him. So
no, I'm gonna tell you what the rating is. The rating is the best power forward ever. You think he's that?
They got him what?
The best power forward ever.
Yeah, I don't know about the best ever, but I don't even really. Yeah, I mean, I just like Tim Duncan, man, and say, I don't know if he the best or not. I just like Tim Duncan, but I don't think because he's not somebody who demand a lot of attention anyway. You know what I mean? He always been a blue collar type dude, just do his job and go home. You know what I mean? Win. So
was Kevin McHale power forward?
Yeah. So is Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett a power forward.
What was Karl Malone?
Karl Malone a power forward, but Karl Malone didn't have those guys' skills. You know, his pick and roll was strong. He could shoot a little bit. He didn't have that footwork like Tim Duncan and McHale and them. So but Wasn't Barkley a power forward?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So to say that Duncan's the best ever, he's a little overrated if you're giving them that.
Everybody say that. I ain't gonna say everybody, but most people say he's the best power forward ever. And I say the same thing. If you're saying that, I think he's overrated. But I think he's a hell of a player.
I don't consider him to be the best. It was some, you know, some strong competition out there. You know what I mean?
Tim was great though, but because Barkley was undersized and everything.
Yeah.
Barkley was a beast.
Yeah.
Barkley was a beast.
They showed highlights of him and Terry Cummings going at it early in their career.
Yeah.
Him and Terry Cummings, they was just taking turns dunking on each other.
Yeah.
Who was the power forward in Detroit? With Isaiah now.
They had Rick Mahorn. They had
not nobody that's in the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody with no great offensive skill set.
Yeah, nobody. You know what I mean?
Hey, who you think was better, Otis Thorpe or Udonis Haslem?
I can't.
God damn.
I'm out on that one.
I
don't know.
I think Otis Thorpe was better.
For real?
Yeah. I think Otis Thorpe was better by a lot, Mike. I think Otis Thorpe was better by a lot. Yeah, I think he was better by a lot. Yeah.
I do think that Otis Thorpe is kind of he's
underrated. Yeah, right.
He's underappreciated.
Yeah. See, I know his game. I don't know the other guy's game that well.
Udonis?
Yeah,
I think Udonis is a strong role player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the same thing we said about Otis. But
what made you compare them, Tom?
Because I was watching on YouTube yesterday, man. I was watching some old games, and I watched the semifinal game 7 with Houston and Seattle. I think the year was 93. Seattle got them. They was playing in Seattle, game 7. They was in Seattle, and Seattle got Keem and them. And Otis Thorpe was on there, and he had to play Sean Kemp on one end. And then when they would double Keem, he was getting, the drop-offs and stuff, and he was just dunking, both hands dunking on everybody. And I said, damn, man, I ain't seen Otis Thorpe. Didn't even remember the game. That's why I watched it. And I was like, damn, man, Otis Thorpe was pivotal, man. I say he really was, man. And back then, Robert Ory was playing small at the time, but Robert Ory was still 6'9", 6'10". Because if y'all remember, when he was at Alabama with Latrell and James Hollywood Robinson, he was the center. He played center in school at Alabama. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he played center in school. You know what I mean? So, I was just watching that game, man, and it was just good to, man, seeing Kenny Smith out there, man, Cedric Maxwell, and Gary Payton, man, and Ricky Pierce, man. Just some guys I hadn't seen in a while, man. I was checking out, man. Seattle got him. Yeah, Seattle got him in that game 7. So,
that was. Hey, you asked me something too about Mahomes, right? Should they bring him back, rush him back for that game 1?
Right,
Patrick Mahomes.
Right, for week 1, they played Denver. Right now. Denver got a top 5 defense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
top
saying
3.
It's okay, top 3. So I'm just saying, man, you want him. I think if he's showing you signs that he's not 100%. Now, people think he should start even if he ain't 100%. I wouldn't start him, but they're gonna be flying around out there, man. And he looks good in camp, they said, but that's camp. You know what I'm saying? I think if anybody get within 10 yards of him, they're gonna get fined. So you know what I mean? Yeah, but when the season starts, man, and he just had the injury in December. That's when he got injured in December, I think, the beginning. So, I don't know, man. Modern medicine, I don't know.
I agree with Retro said, no, don't rush him. I don't care because game 1 is not the playoffs. It's not the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't rush him.
And to be honest, Kansas City is not rushing him. He's rushing himself back. He's ahead of schedule. He's been doing all his work trying to get back. So, but if I seen a clip where Andy Reid, every snap he taking, Andy is locked in on that knee. He watching everything on that knee. So I don't necessarily believe Kansas City would throw him out there because it's not in their best interest if he's not ready, you know. So they not rushing him. He rushing himself.
Yeah, and so that brings the question then, should you protect him from himself?
They will.
Yeah.
I think they will.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, and they got Justin Field now, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so.
He the backup, yeah. So you can do some RPOs, you can run the football, you got this new running back and stuff. They can do some things to try to win some games.
I would lean heavily on Cleveland. I would be handing that ball off, man. You know?
Yeah.
I would have to hand that ball off. You know, he's still Super Bowl MVP and all that, man. Head. See, you know what I mean? Curry, you be the bell cow for the first, you know what I mean, 2-3 games, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that'll help ultimately in the play action. They say Kansas City really wasn't good in the play action because nobody was respecting the run game.
Great running game. Yeah.
So they want nobody.
Kareem Hunt did it the best he could, but they needed something a little bit more explosive and stuff. So yeah. Plus, I ain't think they ran enough. I thought Kareem Hunt was giving them quality yards. I don't think Kansas City ran enough.
I always like Kareem Hunt, man. Always,
he's solid. So but I wouldn't. I don't think they're rushing him back.
Yeah. We're gonna see. So look, since while we on the NFL, right? They was talking about. I was watching First Things First. The regular guys on vacation, but they got the other guys on there. They was talking about. I guess that NFC Central. I guess over there, that's Chicago, Detroit, Minnesota, and Green Bay, right? And you know, Micah's still out, and they say Micah he on the PUP list, so he at least got missed the first 4 games.
Oh, yeah, he on the PUP list?
Yeah, he on the PUP list.
Wow.
Yeah, so he got at least missed the first 4 games, right? They say they might bring him back, but they say the first 4 games is manageable. They say the first 4 games is manageable. They should be all right without him, but I think they say week 6, that's when they start getting the meat and gravy of their schedule, right? And they're going to need him. But the question was raised like, can Jordan Love maintain them for them first, 4 or 5 games until he comes back? Can Jordan Love maintain them? But the whole segment was just on the quarterbacks in the division. That's the whole segment. Caleb Williams, J.J. McCarthy, and what's the name? They doing battle for the starting job in Minnesota. What's the other dude's name? They came from Arizona.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler Murray. They doing battle in Minnesota for that.
Kyler Murray got that job, but go ahead.
So they just can't say it now, Clayton. I think he got the job too. They just can't say it now.
He got the job.
That's admitting that they made a huge mistake 2 years ago taking that guy number 10, man. Yeah, man. No one knows that though.
Because I still think J.J. McCarthy going to be a good quarterback in this league. I think sometimes it's good to have him and let him grow. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't count him out.
I just don't see him growing. Now, maybe he need coaching, different time coaching and stuff like that. The main thing is, Clayton, that Kyler got that job because Justin Jefferson, he's going to leave if J.J. McCarthy is that quarterback. He's going to go. He's not.
Yeah, because he don't want to wait for the maturation to happen. He want to win now. I get that.
And his numbers too. His numbers way down. And then they like, man, this guy can the ball in my spot, stuff like that. Yeah, so they can't afford to lose Justin Jefferson. So they gotta make a play. No pun intended, but they gotta make
J.J. McCarthy only played a handful of games. So I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a little tough to say you can't see him growing. Because that's a little tough.
But that's part of it, though. Clayton injury prone. That's part of it. I mean, you can't all the time. You can't see him growing. He hurt all the time. So that's part of it.
He ain't hurt all the time. Talk the kid.
Why he not playing then?
He got hurt, but to say injury prone, he has to have a track record of constantly being hurt. He only been in the league for 2 years.
You know what I call that?
And he got hurt.
I call that semantics. If he ain't never on the field, he hurt all the time. I call that semantics.
But how can you say injury prone already?
All right, how can you say he's going to be good already. He hasn't shown you, not even been on the field.
I didn't necessarily say he was going to be good, but I'm just saying I wouldn't give up on him, and I think he can be good in this league because some of the signs he showed his rookie year before he got hurt in training and preseason, some of them things he did, John, what's his name, Jefferson, he was singing his praises. Man. If you watch him in the preseason, he was killing. Well, then he hurt his knee.
Call me the pessimist on this subject then. Call me the pessimist.
No, it's all good. I'm just saying that's a little harsh, man.
God, they took 10 over.
You don't give him a shot. You got to give him a chance.
No. Damn all that. Look, if damn all that. Look, if you won't, they're not going to admit they made, well, they do kind of by bringing in, what's his name? I keep forgetting his name. You just said his name. Kyrie Irving. They kind of really admitting that they made a mistake taking this guy number 10 overall. Kind of admit they could have got this guy.
I don't think they're admitting a mistake. No, I just think they. I don't think they admit. I don't think bringing Kyler Murray in is saying he's a. I don't believe that.
No. Bringing Kyler Murray in, especially with the baggage that Kyler Murray had at Arizona. Some people saying he's not watching film. You know what all that came with that. Bringing him in to compete with a job against a quarterback that you say coming up on his third year, that you took 10 pick overall, that's admitting that maybe we shouldn't have took this guy that high in the draft.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I hear you.
Kyler Murray. So look, I'm gonna use your own words. You just said Kyler Murray got the job. Now, if you got all this potential and J.J. McCarthy, why do you think Kyler Murray got the job?
Because of the players around him, because of the players on the team. That coach has to think about those guys, like Jefferson and some of them other guys. So this kid is, even if you start now, it's going to be growing pains. But they got a good defense. They got a good team. So they trying to win now, too.
So why Jefferson not saying, you know what I mean? Well, he was singing his praises. Why he's not, give my man a shot. Because, you know, I was just singing his praises. He gonna be like that. Why he's not saying that?
Because he want to win now. So it's like he's saying that right now it would take JJ. He still hasn't played a full rookie season. So it'd be like a rookie starting. You know what I'm saying? Jefferson is not knocking him. Jefferson is just saying that, you know, we got a good team. This guy, he would have to go through so much. In the second half of the year, he might be better. But they don't want to lose ground. They think they can win now. 2 years ago, they was in the playoffs. They had Sam Darnold. They think they can win now. So I think that's all it is. I don't think Jefferson is kicking JJ back out. I just think they want to win now. And Kyler, he don't have a lot of baggage. That one thing came out. They said something about him studying film, and I think that was from a negotiation standpoint, not wanting to give him that big extension. So they try to put some dirt out on him. But after that, you ain't heard nothing going on with Kyler Murray.
I'm not saying JJ is dogging him.
Yeah.
He's not bigging him up.
He did pick him up, though. He did pick him up.
Yeah, for what? For 2 preseason games? Clayton, you don't want
to even now. He didn't.
That dude trash, Clayton. You don't want to admit it. That dude is trash, man.
I can't say that. I don't see that he's trash. I really don't.
No. I said it.
Oh, okay.
No, that dude trash, man. And
okay. All right. Now remember this. Remember the date. What's the day's date?
The date,
August the 2nd.
And you still listen, Clayton. In 2 years and August 2nd. You still gonna be saying, "No, man, give him a shot, man. No, he been hurt. He ain't been out there. Give him a shot."
What I'm saying is, you saying he trash, and I remember Sam Darnold. They dragged him. He was trash. This, that, and the other. I'm saying this. Down the line, if this man show up and become a franchise quarterback for Minnesota, remember this day. That you said he was trash. That's all I'm saying.
You brought up Sam Darnold, right? Which is a good point. It's an interesting point. Name another.
I don't know. Oh, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones.
That anomaly, right? That one has done it. We always
Daniel Jones.
Pick another.
Daniel Jones.
And what are you saying about Daniel Jones now?
They were saying he was trash. Before he got hurt last year, he had the Colts in first place. They was rolling. Come on now.
What?
He got hurt.
Name another. That's 2 people out of 1 million people that play football. Name another.
Listen, man. Listen. No. I should put the onus on you. You name somebody. I done gave you 2.
I can name
it's your turn.
No, I can name a bunch of people who I said was trash and stayed trash. You remember the dude Jake Locker? He came out of Washington. The what's the name draft? You remember him?
Never heard of him. So yeah, so I agree with you.
Yeah, so he was drafted like number 6, I think, overall. He come out of Washington, I believe. He was trash.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it's certain guys you can see coming in the league, you can see they ain't it. You can see that, but it's enough there to show it. But I'm just saying for JJ, I just think you're going too hard on him. I think the kid can play.
Wow.
That's all. Yeah. You're a hard man, Tom. You're a hard guy.
Don't put that much credence into them guys, man. I just don't, man. I want when he was at Michigan, he handed the ball off a lot. You know what I'm saying? He handed the ball off a lot, and I didn't really see like his passing prowess while he was in. Harbaugh, he not that type of coach. You know what I mean? He gonna run the ball, play tough defense, things like that. So I didn't really see, him having this live arm while he was at Michigan. And I definitely ain't think he wanted a top 10 pick, but Minnesota drafted him. You know what I'm saying? But, and I could be wrong. Maybe, under different coaching, maybe it turned into something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but.
Yeah, I just think the injuries is what's hurting him right now. I don't think it's his ability. I just don't. But I know he threw a bad pick 6 last year. Huh?
I say if he don't have the ability to stay healthy, that's not good either.
No, you can't say that per se because injuries can happen anyway. Like it's not an ability to stay healthy. You can get a broken leg. Anything can happen in football.
That's a freak injury. That's a freak injury. A broken leg, broken ankle, broken.
That's what I mean. So yeah. So
man, he has
injuries. His rookie year, he tore his ACL, Tom.
What's the name? What's my man? What's the quarterback in Cincinnati? What's his name?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Now they always have Joe Burrow like top 5 quarterback, right? They always have Joe Burrow top 5 quarterback. Do you think his inability to stay healthy hurts him? Do you think that hurts him being considered a top 5 quarterback?
No,
I think it should.
I do. Don't. I do too. Because availability. That's your greatest ability. Availability.
That availability ain't got shit to do with your skills. Now you ain't available, you out the game. But this guy took a team. They had the worst offensive line in football. He got sacked more than any other quarterback, but he took that team all the way to the Super Bowl. It's no denying Joe Burrow's skills. And when he's playing, he's definitely a top 5 quarterback. I don't buy into that availability is part of your skill. That's nonsense.
I played one game.
Help if you hurt.
I played one game in the year and light it up. Those 7 touchdowns. I played one game in the year. Next year I played 2 games. I threw 10 touchdowns in 2 games. The year after that I played 3 games. I threw 15 touchdowns in 3 games. So you got a total of 3-4 NFL seasons, and I've only played 3 games. I still should be considered a top quarterback in the game.
And that's not what's happening with Joe Burrow.
I didn't say that.
I can't. That to me, there ain't enough there for me to say.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's not enough. But I think Joe Burrow's up there. Yeah. You see what he does when he do play?
Yeah,
they ain't got no defense. They ain't got no defense.
I cheered against them when they played. I cheered for them when they was playing Buffalo a couple years ago in the playoffs. Lost mad as a motherfucker. I was like,
they don't have no defense. It's a team game in football. You know that. But don't too many top defenses stop him. Right?
Right.
I don't care who he going against.
Right.
So I don't know, man.
He had a drive that I'd have put my last. I ain't no betting man, so I'd have put my last $5 on that. He'd have brought the team down and scored. They was in Buffalo, I think, and I don't think they went 3 and out, but you know what I'm saying. It wasn't a long drive at all, man. And I was surprised because I just knew he was going to come down, you know what I mean, and score and win the game. I think they was playing in Buffalo too, but
was it last year?
No. It was a couple years ago.
Because last year they was in Buffalo, they played in the snow.
But it was
out.
No, because it's a playoff game, I think.
Oh, the playoff.
It's a playoff game. Yeah, it's a playoff game, I think. But it was snowing though. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, look, before we get out of here, Clay, I want to ask, have you what's going on with the Fever? They
big matchup today.
Yeah.
Minnesota and Indy.
Oh.
1 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They just beat Portland the other night. Caitlin had a triple-double, man.
Now I saw the stats and some of the
this
clips.
Gonna be a good. This gonna be a good matchup. This Fever defense has improved, but it's just not good enough yet. So this gonna be a challenge. I'm not sure they beat Minnesota today, but this gonna tell me a lot, like really where they at. But this gonna be a good one. Yeah.
But on the offensive end, though, Caitlin turned it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Her and Kelsey.
Yeah.
They both they got the highest scoring team in the W.
Yeah.
They done scored over 100 points in 14 games.
God damn.
Yes. They scored, so I mean, I'm curious today. Like today, I'm not so sure. Minnesota favored by 6. I'm going to watch that game. I'm going to watch that one.
Yeah.
You know, but man.
So Caitlin, she's shutting down the naysayers.
No, because don't nobody want to listen, man. The naysayers, to be honest with you, is people that's so pro-black and they hate that she's getting any shine. She ain't never gonna shut them up. Never. They're gonna always find something to pick. I heard a guy today talking about, because now the conversation is she ain't in the MVP conversation when she absolutely should be. They got Paige in it, they got Olivia in it, they got Asia, they got Brianna Stewart and Kelsey. She's got more assists. She's second in assists and third or fourth in scoring in the whole league. And the FIBA winning, but she ain't in the MVP conversation, right? So the guy said, yeah, you know, but she lead the league in turnovers. People gonna always find something to try to chip away from her. So she,
They care about no turnovers, man.
Well, that's what they do. Listen, man, when you got heavy ball usage, you go. I'm gonna tell you a secret. One of Magic seasons, one season Magic, he averaged damn near 5 turnovers a game.
Might have been one way he led the league in turnovers.
Yeah.
Like when you got the ball all the time. Yeah.
When you got it all the time, and she's a risk taker. And also some of her turnovers come from she's passing people open. So her teammates don't necessarily have the same IQ. They don't really see what she's doing sometimes. So they hit them late and stuff like that. But some of them, she's just a risk taker. Now, I'm just going to say she cannot quiet the true naysayer. She can't. It's impossible. Yeah, it's impossible. Only thing they can do, only thing she can do is just stay locked in and keep enjoying the game and keep growing with this team they got and see how far they can go. I honestly think in the East, I think there's only one team, 2 teams out there that can beat the Fever. That's the Golden State Valkyrie in Minnesota. They shut New York.
In the East, though.
No, period, in the league.
What about the Aces?
I was going to say, you don't think the Aces can beat them?
They blew the Aces out.
I seen that. I'm talking about money on the table. I'm talking about money on the table. You know what I mean?
The Aces is not a good matchup for them right now.
Okay.
The Aces, Aaliyah Boston is the only big in the league that can slow Asia down. They don't have no answer for Kelsey Mitchell, and they really don't have no answer for Caitlin. When they played Caitlin, she didn't have a rhythm yet. She was just coming back off the injury. They don't have an answer. They played New York, right? New York was up at half. They came out the second half, shut the Liberty down. They beat them by 20.
Yeah.
Golden State, I'm going to tell you, man, the Valkyries,
I like the Valkyries.
They're dangerous. They are dangerous. They play outstanding defense, and they can score. in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Other than that, even Atlanta Dream. The only reason Atlanta beat Fever when they went down there, because this third quarter, Caitlin, she had too many turnovers in that third quarter. It flipped the tide. But they didn't beat Atlanta this year. I don't think Atlanta can match up with them right now the way they jump. So no, I don't see them winning today. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. As the season going, I told you, man, the second half of the season, I'm gonna see.
yeah,
I'm gonna see what's what. I'm gonna see what's. Hey, man, the girl doing her thing, man. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. They say she only shoot threes, man. She's scoring at every level now, Mike.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. And she's not shooting as many threes as people trying to say she is. Not like she.
So what they running off it? Is that what's going? They running off?
No. She going to the basket. Her rookie year, she would get in the paint, and that wasn't her thing. So she wouldn't take it. Now she going all the way to the cup. She leaning in, getting the contact, finishing off the glass. She got a little fadeaway. She got midi. She doing everything now, man. And she playing better defense. They're not gonna give her credit for that. But you know, they ain't gonna give her credit, Mike. They're not gonna give her credit. You know, they got USA Today putting out hit pieces on the young lady. It's crazy right now. Talking about her flop. They talking about, and she ain't doing that no more. She ain't doing that no more. She's taking the contact. They said something about her flop and it's dangerous. Comparing it to the person that lied on Emmett Till, getting Emmett Till killed. Talking about her flopping can lead to USA Today put an article out like that. That's how ridiculous it is, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
you know, so no, she can't shut the naysayers up. You know, it ain't never enough for them. Like right now, Elle Duncan, she need to come out and denounce Congress. And I'm saying to myself, that you right. Her weakness is her temperament, her attitude.
I wanted to ask you about that.
That is true.
Is she Rasheed Wallace all over again?
Who?
Rasheed Wallace. Remember Rasheed?
Yeah.
He had every time down the court. He had he filed a grievance every time.
Well, and with Caitlin is the youngest. She's a spoiled brat, right? But also she's tired. She didn't got beat up so much in this league. And you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes these fouls come at crucial moments in games. And she goes off. Like the other night, she almost went off again. But they saved her. But I think Kelsey Mitchell is going to be great for her in terms of growing in that area. Yeah. Because Kelsey, you know, she got that calming spirit. So her temperament is he's right. Her temperament is her biggest weakness. He's absolutely right. Can't deny that. Yeah. Can't deny that. They gonna be a good one though.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. Smart Media said she was lightweight crazy. He was a wild dude. So hopefully her temperament, and like I'm glad she do have that young lady. The young lady Kelsey and I think Aaliyah, they are common presence. You know what I mean? So it's cool if you got one hot-headed person on the team, but the rest of the team don't seem to be, you know.
No, they pretty much even kill. They even kill.
So they'll slow her down when she need to be slowed down.
Yeah, Caitlin a psycho, man. She's a psycho out there.
Yeah,
she can be at times, and I see it in myself. Man, let me tell y'all something about me. When I was young, when I didn't get my way, I would tear the house up.
Yeah.
I would zap out. I mean, throw crazy temper tantrums. You know, one time my mother didn't make me pancakes. I went up and I broke her watch. Came down, I broke it. You know, I was bad. So sometimes when you spoiled like that and you get, you know what I'm saying, you can't control your emotions. It's crazy. It take over you. And I see a lot of that in her.
Did you get beatings when you was a kid?
Yeah. Of course, man, it didn't stop nothing.
Yeah,
it don't stop. Your emotions take over. No, my emotions took over.
Did you get killed when you was a kid?
What you mean? What you mean, Tom?
Because I got killed if I was a kid doing that.
No, my mom. Hey, listen, she would beat me bad though. My mother was a strong little woman.
Yeah,
she get that belt out and she wouldn't stop. But me, I just was like I was, man. But here again, at this stage of my life, I don't need nothing. Like, I don't want nothing my way. I want, so you got to grow out of that stuff sometimes. Some people never do. Some do, you know.
Yeah,
I
so
think
let me
should grow out of it, huh?
Yeah, so Smart Media say Hakeem and Kobe became champions on maturity that was missing from their development early on in their careers. And remember, Rashid, he wound up winning the championship. Well, he was with Detroit when they won the championship.
With Detroit, yep.
Yeah. So it don't, none of those guys, like, it didn't take away from their ability, but sometimes it kind of hindered them on the way to winning their championship.
It couldn't.
Do y'all know that King? It's a big man. I forgot his name. Clayton, you probably could look it up and find out. He refused to go work out with King, right? Because
100 grand.
Yeah, like 100 grand per session or something like that, right? And I say, King, brother, you know what I'm saying? I tip my hat to you. I wouldn't pay. I just watch all your game film. I could learn doing that. I'm not paying no 100 grand per session to do that.
Oh, that's what the King was charging?
Yeah. Now, I don't know what a session consists of. Maybe a session might have been 2 weeks, might have been a week. You know what I mean? I don't know how much a session, you know what I mean, how long it
come with a championship ring for
$100,000. Right. But man, I wouldn't pay that, man. I mean, I wouldn't pay. I know it's popular, and at first he was just doing it with bigs, but now guards. I remember Kobe, he wanted one famous guard to go work out with him. I don't know if LeBron did or not, but I know Kobe did. So it's not just limited to big guys anymore. But I wouldn't pay that. That's a little.
Giannis worked with him too.
Giannis did. You're right. Giannis did.
See, this is the thing, though. Everybody, everybody in the NBA can't afford that $100,000. Giannis can afford it. You know, I mean, it's a select few guys who can afford $100,000, Clayton, for a daggone session. I don't care. That's you talking about, you know, you could send a kid to private school, that kind of money, man.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know how much is a session a week. Is one session considered 2 weeks? You know what I mean? Is it? You know, I don't know. I don't know how long a session.
All right, let me ask y'all: would y'all pay him $100,000 for a year? You know what I mean? If he worked out with you for a year, that's still steep.
That's still steep, but I probably would for a year.
Yeah,
probably would for a year. Yeah, for a year.
What's the league minimum in the NBA? League contract minimum.
Veterans minimum is like with LeBron signed. So was that like $4 million?
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. So for a year, maybe, Mike. Yeah, I might do that for a year.
And it depends on my goals, what I'm trying to do as a player.
But see,
so if I'm really trying to get better and it means that much to me, I'm gonna invest in myself.
Now is it just a what you call it? Is it a fad now? Because remember they say Wemby worked out with him, but you didn't see that in Wemby game. So is it just a fad to say, oh man, I went and worked out with Keem in the offseason and never really implementing what he teaching you into your game? You know, I don't know.
I don't know if he didn't. I don't know. But if he didn't.
You don't know if he didn't what?
Implement. You don't know what they went on. Like, you don't know if he didn't implement some things.
Well, did you see any of Keem and Wemby game on the offensive end?
I didn't see the back to the basket stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but yeah. So, I don't know. I hear you.
Yeah, I don't know, but
let me just say now, Wemby kind of light in the pants, so that back to the basket, you know what I mean? You could put your somebody with a little bit more like leverage, and you know they could put their elbow and kind of root them out of there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I just think that's a stiff. And like what Smart Media say, the players that could afford to do so, those are the ones who did it, right? But that's steep.
And also, I think Wemby had a mid range. Keem had a mid range.
Yeah.
What you mean? You think Wemby can score?
Huh?
You say you think he had a mid range?
Well, he had a mid range. Yeah.
He can score. Yeah.
And the Keem had a mid range, so. But that could have been some aspects he added from working with the King.
But do I have to pay you $100,000 to work on my mid range?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
you know what I mean, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying.
But do you think Wemby really paid him $100,000, or you think he just worked with Wemby?
I think he probably just worked with Wemby.
Yeah.
For real?
Probably just worked with Wemby. Probably gave him something. I don't think it was because time is money. You know what I mean? King ain't gonna do it for free. But King, I don't think King probably gave him $100 grand. Wemby gave him $100 grand. He ain't give him no 100% discount. You know what I mean? I don't think he gave him $100 grand. But I like the dude being honest and upfront. Like, man, I can't afford that. I like, and a lot of people talk about athletes going broke and things like that. Yeah. Like, I can't afford that, man. I can't afford no $100 grand a session.
That's interesting.
A lot of what Kobe did, he worked out with a King, but most of what he did was he studied film too.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like some of those guys that he studied wasn't available. You know what I mean? Like we used to talk about Elgin Baylor and studying dudes like that.
Right.
They're not
And look how he got Mike Fadeaway. I don't know if him and Mike worked out together or not.
Mike refused. Mike ain't teaching you the tricks of the trade.
Okay.
Well, no, he gave Kobe secrets, but he didn't work out with him. Because they was in a game one time and he was asking them questions.
Yep, sure.
And Mike told him to use his legs to fill the defender and all that kind of stuff.
Because everybody thought, including me, that the key to the fadeaway was his lift. You know what I'm saying? His lift.
Footwork.
He was like, no, his footwork, your space.
Space. Yep. That's real.
Well, let me ask y'all this before we get out of here real quick. Do you think it's players like Mike responsibility to pass on those tricks of the trade to guys like Kobe and guys like LeBron? Do you think it's like his responsibility?
Yes. If you want the game to grow and you want the game to prosper, that's what you do to the young cats coming behind you.
Yeah.
I think it's your responsibility. Being one of the greatest players ever, I think it's one of your responsibilities. It's almost, each one teach one. A lot of times, man, in our culture, man, and it's unfortunate. A lot of times, man, it's like, I know something you don't know. I know something you don't know. Instead of teaching you what I know, and you teaching me what you know, so we both know. It's more so like, oh, I know more than Mike. I know this, and Clayton don't. What do I get out of that if I'm not passing the knowledge on? You know what I'm saying? But it's unfortunate. It's a lot of that goes on, man, in our community, man. It really is.
And a lot of those players, the game has given so much to them. It's almost innate that they want to give back to it. They do. They want to give back to the game.
Well, when you think about like guys like Michael Jordan and Tom Brady, right, and their knowledge of basketball and football, I just think that they so competitive. They don't want people to catch them or no. You know what I mean? Like if you Tom Brady and you could pass somebody the knowledge to be a great quarterback, which I don't believe you can, but if you had that ability, why would you want Patrick Mahomes to surpass you in you know what I mean, in Super Bowls?
Because the game is bigger than you.
It's bigger than you, yeah.
The game is bigger than you. And then now I can see why they're playing. You know what I'm saying? Like doing they playing.
Yeah, not while you're playing them, right.
No, I gotta compete against this guy. I ain't talking about. But once your playing days over, and be honest, ain't nobody gonna forget no Tom Brady. Ain't nobody gonna forget no Michael Jordan. So you know what I mean? And the knowledge that they have, man, is immense. Just nuances and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go as far as saying it's their duty, but
it's not their responsibility, but they have a desire to do it.
Right.
Because the game gave them so much. Right. And Michael got a lot from players that came before him. Right. Dr. J took him under his wing when he came into the league.
People that was before them that showed them the ropes, and then they took it and added what they learned and things like that too. But no one is coming in as a complete novice, and you know what I'm saying, and with a blank slate. Like I heard you use that term a little while ago. No one's really coming in with a blank slate. There's always somebody that's in their ear or some film that they was watching. And if you can talk, that's what them quarterbacks be talking about before the game start. That's what they be talking about, little stuff like that,
It's only one guy that I believe would not want to pass any tricks of the trades on to other players because he holds a record, and that's Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson does not want to see his Russian title get broken. He don't.
And I just think all great athletes are like that. They different from I don't think I don't think Tom Brady want to pass them secrets down. I don't think Mike want to pass them down. I don't think Tiger Woods will help some. You know, if you're not Tiger Woods' son, I don't see Tiger Woods. I don't see those dudes doing that. They just different.
But they have, Mike. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying about Tiger's son. He missed the cut, I think, by 2 strokes in some tournament last week or last 2 weeks or something. Okay. No, that's another thing, though. That's another thing. Go ahead, though. Please.
But they have, though, Mike. They have done that.
On film.
No, not just on film. No. It's just like Peyton Manning. He got a quarterback camp where he developed young players coming up and stuff like that. You know, I just think, I don't
Mike
think all great athletes.
No, I'm talking about it's certain intricacy. Like you can teach somebody how to shoot a layup or their form on a jump or something like that. But I'm talking about Kobe wanted something different from Mike. You know what I mean? And like Steve Young wanted something different from Joe Montana, right? It's that 1% that edge that these guys have found out through experience and stuff that they could show you and tell you some stuff that even some really good quarterbacks probably may not know some things that what Tom Brady know and some things that Tom Brady not certain. All knowledge is not going to be shared.
But even if Mike, excuse me, I'm sorry, real quick. But even if they shared, that don't mean the other one will be able to do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I don't think Tom Brady, even though he got more rings, I don't think Tom Brady got more nuance to the game than Peyton Manning at all.
I would agree with that.
He's cerebral, man. Peyton Manning's cerebral.
Yeah.
Guy, man. Yeah.
And he passed it along. Steve Young, I think he was able to get coached under Bill Walsh a little bit too. So the things that Joe Montana was getting, Bill Walsh was the architect behind that. Now, I ain't saying Joe didn't have his own thing with him, that calmness. The more pressure came, the more calm he got. Stuff like he could perform under pressure. But man, the way that offense moved, the things he was reading, Bill Walsh taught him a lot of that stuff.
That West Coast offense, Steve Young was in that quarterback room too. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and Brian Billick was in there.
But no, my thing is Joe Montana, like, he was not interested. He ain't want no relationship with Steve Young at all, as far as like
he really did.
Yeah, he didn't have to have one, right?
No, because like you said, it was Walsh and those coaches, they was in the room too. So but I think it's the competitiveness in those guys that
you got somebody that wants a job too. You know what I mean? Tom Brady sharing little things with a Drew Brees or, you know what I'm saying, other quarterbacks, that's different than having your backup and you telling him, you know what I mean, the ins and outs. This guy gunning for your job. So if if he gets it, he's younger, he might take your job. So no, I'm not going to tell him. But, you know, if you're having a conversation with another quarterback, like I say, on the sideline before a game, things like that, that's some of the things they talk about.
Yeah. So that's like, it depends on, like, if you are a threat, right? So look, this goes back to what we were speaking about earlier, Tom, when we said how LeBron James he gravitated more so towards Jay-Z than Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan never reached out to LeBron James as far as being able to what they call it, like mold him or mentor him, right?
Right.
And so I told somebody, I said, well, Jay-Z probably wouldn't have had a problem with mentoring LeBron because LeBron was not a rapper. So he posed no threat to him. So as far as passing on life knowledge and passing on business experience like that we're not in the same lane. So I don't have I don't have no reservations about passing that knowledge on to you.
That's a good point. If you're looking at it, you know, but Mike, I don't think Mike look at LeBron like he's a threat to him, right? I don't think that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just knowing how Mike seems to carry himself, arrogant type dude, like, man, ain't nobody touching me type stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? Chief competitor. I don't really look at it like he look at LeBron, but like I said, and y'all just spoke on it, a lot of people don't have that in them just to say, let me reach out. You know what I mean? Just to see, a lot of people might not be receptive. Oh man, you ain't got to tell me nothing. I already know what to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might not be receptive to it. But or if you need some help or you need something, you should call me. I shouldn't have to reach out to say X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? If you need some guidance, you call me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, Puffy was the first guy that handled LeBron, not Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Secondly, every great athlete, it doesn't have the same personality. So with that being said, all athletes aren't selfish. All great athletes aren't selfish, and all great athletes aren't, I don't want to see somebody else succeed. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I take somebody like a Barry Sanders or let me think of somebody else. Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis was the all-time great, but he's constantly feeding other football players secrets, nuance, tips, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, everybody not the same, you know.
I appreciate, man, you talking about, you know, Ray Lewis, man, you know, your hometown hero and stuff like that, man. I appreciate Ray Lewis a lot more since he's not killing my team than when he was playing. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear how he speak on certain stuff, man. How, you know, watching the offensive linemen, how they lined up. He's like, oh, this is going to be a pull to the left. This is going to be a pull to the right. Just see how they lined up. You know what I'm saying? Just see how they lined up. Like, oh, they going this is going to be
a game.
All that is, man. Ray Lewis was a smart dude, man. He was a smart football player.
Well, when you think about Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, how they used to go back and forth with Peyton Manning, you know what I mean? Like playing chess. It was like a chess match. And so if we football fans and we watching the game, we don't really get to when all we know is Ed Reed got an interception.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we don't know like how much film they had to watch in order for him to see something in Peyton Manning. How he had to set Peyton Manning up one game and then come back later the next game and get that. Man, it's crazy what goes into those guys, man. And how much
both those guys shared tricks to the trade with other players. Both those guys.
Yeah. Well, I know Ray Lewis and Ed Reed here. They're and Peyton Manning, I guess. But
now listen, both of y'all guys' opinion, right? I know we gotta get out of here, Mike. But just my last little take. The all-time rushing record that Emmitt Smith holds, right? 18,000 plus yards, right? Do you think King Henry got a chance to catch him? He's like he's like over 5,000 yards behind him right now.
Oh no. Because I'm wondering. No, I'm wondering how much gas he got in the tank.
That's what I was saying.
We're talking about 3 or 4 seasons.
All he needed 3 seasons.
3 really good seasons,
but three knockout seasons, though.
Yeah.
You need like 3 18 seasons.
He can go for 18 2,000 this year because he's still good, and then maybe give you like 1,200, and then another, 1,500, and another. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna catch him, but I don't know.
Like you saying it like that ain't tough. That's hard. That's hard.
Man, but listen, Derrick Henry, he gains big yards. Like you know how teams want to be explosive. Derrick Henry is explosive. He ain't just a grind you out. He grind you and then boom, he breaks long runs. He could get it. He might got 4 more years in him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I don't know. I don't think he's going to catch it.
Yeah,
no.
I mean,
I was talking about something. He's like, it's a foregone conclusion. Yeah, he got that. I'm like, wait a minute. Man. That's not.
I don't think he's going to catch it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But I'm just saying,
if you stand at one end of the football field and you look down there, that's 100 yards. That's a long way. You want me to give you 50 of those?
Right.
This dude, Derrick Henry, in great shape, man.
He excellent shape. But there's other guys on the other team that's in excellent shape too.
Yeah, but you see what he be doing to them guys?
But see, that's what I'm saying, Clayton. See, he got a lot of miles on him, right?
He do.
He over 30. I think he's 31, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So, that's when they hit the proverbial wall. Not where they start being a bum, but they not starting to be as great. So I don't know. He might still be in his peak right now. He could be. Yeah, I'm not going to take that away. He still
He's
could
in
be.
great shape.
But how long would that last, though? You know what I'm saying?
Last. You know what I'm saying? Well, to be honest, though, I'm surprised that he having as much success this late into his career. You know what I mean? Because of the pounding that he taking. You know what I mean? So even in between those long runs, like all right, he'll take, he'll get hit 3 times, and then on that 4th one, boom, he'll break a long one. But it's those three hits, man, that wear on you.
But check this out. The Ravens ain't rushing him 30 times a game. He getting his yards on 18 carries and stuff like that. So he ain't getting a lot of wear and tear right now with the Ravens. So I don't know, but I'm interested to see him without Ricard up front because they got rid of Ricard.
That was crazy.
I want to see him without that up back.
He went out to San Diego, didn't he? Ricard?
No, he went to the Giants.
Oh, okay.
Man, that dude Ricard. Can you imagine? You got to go through Ricard to get the goddamn Henry.
Yes.
I'm glad. You know what I mean? If I'm a linebacker, I'm glad he gone too, man. That's crazy. You shouldn't even be allowed to do some. You shouldn't even be allowed to do that.
The Ravens better have a good replacement for him. Derrick Henry need that up back. Yeah.
Man, you crazy. I ain't trying to go through. And then when you get to Henry, he ain't gonna do nothing but stiff arm you and get 20 more yards after that.
Right. Run into the turf.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know what Henry putting in his body too. In this day and time, the technology and all that stuff. So I don't know. I mean, who thought LeBron would still be playing like he playing at 41? So I can't say, man. I can't say these days. Not nowadays.
That's 5,000 yards. That's a long. That's
well, it could be 1,000 yards for 5 seasons. Even if he's 35, he can get 1,000 yards. That ain't nothing. You got 18 games to do it now, or 17. How many?
17.
Yeah, that ain't nothing. You know what?
Stop saying it ain't nothing, man. It is something. It is
not. Not in the days NFL. It's not.
Like he outdrew Hill Park somewhere.
You got people trying to kill you every snap. It ain't like
check this out. Check this out. If he averaged 70 yards a game, right, for 10 games, that's 700 yards.
Right.
And then you got 7 more games to go.
Right.
He don't even have to average a lot of yards a game. If he could play 5 seasons,
it's like 60 yards a game or something. It ain't a lot.
It ain't a lot.
But that's every year, though. See, that's every
but that's not a lot.
Every game. That's bad. That's not a lot when you feel like you're a rookie coming in. But you know what I mean? If you're 31 and you looking at, all right, man, 5 more years, 6 more years of this, it get a little tougher.
I tell you what. He can play. If he could play 5 more years and average 60 yards a game, he can do it. He can do it. I think because that ain't a lot for him. I think he can. I'm not sure. I ain't saying he's gonna break it, but I'm just saying it ain't 35. Ain't that old man Dirk? What's his name? Adrian Peterson.
I see him more averaging 1,300 yards a season for 3 seasons.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Then to do it. And even with that, he'll still be short.
You remember Adrian Peterson when he came back? What was he, in his 40s or something?
No, I don't think he was that old, but he was like in his high 30s though.
Yeah, and you see how he was running?
Yeah, but not long. He didn't run that way long, at the tail end of his career.
And he had 1 year where he did. He came back from a knee something or something.
No, he was like in his prime then. He came back and rushed for 2.
No.
He was in his prime then. But he was coming off that injury. That was crazy, man. That was crazy. But no, he was still a young man when he came back off that knee, though. He was still young.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, he was still a young man,
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but anyway.
If I was a betting man, though, I'd bet against it. Even though
Yeah, I
even though
wouldn't
there's
say
only
get 5,000. Yeah.
60 yards a game for 5 years, that's 5,100
right.
yards right there, right? So, but
And I
the
think
time is that factor.
I think he's like 53 behind it, 50, 53, 57, something like that. I think.
Okay, yeah. So he'll still come up short with 60 yards a game.
Yeah.
For 5 years.
But like I say, I see him having three seasons that maybe like 12, 13, maybe even 1,400 yards.
Yeah.
Like average, like average, like 13, 1,400 yards next 3 seasons. But after that, man, you talking about he'll be around 34, 35.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If he don't get hurt this year, he'll probably hit 1,500 yards easy.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, man, I gotta get ready to go, man. I gotta Olivia Miles, Caitlin Clark.
Funny, boy. That ain't nothing. That ain't shit.
It ain't nothing. It's not. Listen, man. Everything start right here. It's a mountain if you think it is.
Hey, boy, I'm about to go out here, man, and bust Michael Jordan ass. It ain't nothing.
Nah.
Hey, Tom.
It ain't nothing.
Tom, you gotta own it, baby. You gotta know it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit 14 threes like Stephen A. I'm gonna hit 14
right. 17.
Yeah. 17 threes in a row.
Yeah. Somebody gonna give you a scholarship because one day you go out the blue, hit 17 threes. He gonna give you a scholarship.
Yeah. But good talking to y'all, brothers.
Yeah, man. Always a pleasure, man.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man. Ladies to the chat. Peace out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate everybody tuned in. Smart Media, Alexander, Retro, and a few other people that tuned in. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, be sure to tune in next Sunday at 11 a.m. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.